Hey everyone, welcome to WrestleTalk Main Event Mafia. We're going to get right into it with Samoa Joe, more common in this new Joel Sanua. I don't pronounce that right, so I'm just going to call him Samoa Joe. Born on March 17th, 1979. He was born in Orange County, California, and currently resides in Orange County, California. His ring names are King Joe, Samoa Joe, Joe Sinua, and Joe Sinoa. 6'2", 282 pounds, built from Huntington Beach, California, the Isle of Samoa. Trained by Cincinnati Red and Johnny Hemp, and he debuted in 1999. Finishing moves are the CCS Enziguri, which is Enziguri while facing away from a cornered opponent. A Chimera Plex, which is a German suplex followed by a Dragon suplex followed by a bridging X-Plex. The Coquina Clutch, which is a rear naked choke, sometimes transitioned into a suplex. And the Island Driver, which is a sit-outside power slam, sometimes from the second rope. And the Muscle Buster, which is sometimes from the second rope. Signature moves include the Lariat, multiple suplex variations, the Samoan Elbow, which is a running delayed high-impact elbow drop with the Nifix, parody of The Rock, among others. Moving on to championships. Ring of Honor, he's a former Ring of Honor Pure Champion once, Ring of Honor World Champion once, Television Champion in TNA once, World Heavyweight Champion in TNA once, TNA World Tag Team Champion twice, by himself and with Magnus, the TNA X Division Champion 5 times. In the WWE, though, he's a 2-time NXT Champion, and he won the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic once with Finn Balor. And others. Among others, I mean. He was married on July 17, 2007. He is close friends with fellow wrestlers CM Punk, Homicide, Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles, and RVD. He appeared on RVD's internet-based reality show RVD TV numerous times. I think we're going to move on to Booker T, more commonly known as Booker T. Huffman Jr., born on March 7, 1965, better known as Booker T. He was born in Houston, Texas, and currently, I'm assuming, still resides there. He was married to Lestia Huffman, but they got divorced in 2001, and now he's married to Charmel, and they have 3 children. His only family notable is Stevie Ray, which is his brother. His ring names are Black Snow, Booker, Booker T, King Booker, G.I. Bro, and Cole. 6'3", 250 pounds, built from 10th Street in Harlem, New York, and Houston, Texas. Trained by Ivan Putski. He debuted in 1989 and retired in 2016. His finishing moves are the axe kick, or the scissors kick, which is sometimes from the top rope, the bookend, which is a kneeling side slam, the Harlem Hangover, or Houston Hangover, which is a diving somersault leg drop, and the Heat Seeker, which is a missile drop kick, used as a signature move in the WWF or WWE. Signature moves include the multiple kick variation, Harlem side kick, or the Houston side kick, which is a super kick, and the running knee drop with the Nifix, among others. Championship-wise, he's a former TNA Legends Champion once and TNA World Tag Team Champion once with Scott Steiner. In the WCW, he's a former WCW World Heavyweight Champion 4 times, WCW United States Champion 1 time, WCW Television Champion 6 times, and WCW Tag Team Champion 10 times with Stevie Ray. In the WWE, he is a World Heavyweight Champion once, among others. He owns his own wrestling promotion called Reality of Wrestling. In 2016, he has announced that he will be running for the 2018 election for mayor of Houston. I think that's pretty much it. We're going to move on to Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle, more commonly known as Kurt Stephen Angle, born on December 9, 1968. He was born in Mount Lebanon, Pennsylvania, and currently resides in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He was married to Karen Smedley, but those two got divorced, and now he's married to a woman named Giovanna Angle. Altogether, he has 5 children. His brother is Eric Angle. He has his own website, KurtAngleBrand.com. His only ring name is Kurt Angle. He's 6 foot. He's 240 pounds, built from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, trained by Dory Funk Jr., Tom Pritchard, and he debuted in 1998. His finishing moves are the Angle Slam, which is a Olympic slam, sometimes from the top rope, Angle Lock, which is sometimes while grapefruiting the opponent's leg, and the crossface chicken wing, which is adopted from Bob Backlund. Signature moves include the multiple suplex variations, triangle choke, the rear naked choke, and the moonsault, among others. Championship-wise, in TNA, he's a former World Heavyweight Champion 6 times, TNA Tag Team Champion twice with AJ Styles and Sting, X Division Champion in TNA once, and TNA Hall of Fame Class 2013. WWE, he will be going into Hall of Fame in Class of 2017, and he is a former WCW Champion once, WCW United States Champion once, World Heavyweight Champion once, among others. He is a Christian and a fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He is a Republican in support of Mark Rubio for president in 2016. He is an Olympic gold medalist. He appeared on many TV shows and or movies such as Endgame, Chains, and River of Darkness. With that said, we're going to move on to Sting, more commonly known as Steve Borden Sr., born on March 20th, 1959. He was born in Omaha, Nebraska, and currently resides in Dallas, Texas. He was married to Sue Borden, but those two got divorced in 2010, and since then he's been remarried to Sabian Glenn, which altogether he has 3 children. His real names are Blade Runner Flash, Blade Runner Sting, Flash Borden, Steve Borden, and Sting. And he's 6'2", 250 pounds, built from Everyman's Nightmare of Venice Beach, California. He was trained by Red Bastian and Rick Bassman. He debuted on November 28th, 1985, and retired on April 2nd of 2015. His finishing moves are the Scorpion Death Drop, which is an inverted DDT, sometimes preceded by a scoop lift, and the Scorpion Lock, or Scorpion Death Lock, which in a way is a sharpshooter. The signature moves include the Stinger Splash, the Tombstone Piledriver, the Vertical Suplex, sometimes from the top rope, the Sleeper Hold, and the Slingshot Crossbody, among others. In TNA, he is a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion once, TNA World Heavyweight Champion 4 times, TNA World Tag Team Champion once with Kurt Angle, among others, and he's a TNA Hall of Famer in the class of 2012. In the WWE, he's a Hall of Fame class member of 2016, and he's also a former UWF World Tag Team Champion 3 times with Eddie Gilbert and Rick Steiner, among others. He was an anabolic steroid user in the 1980s. He became a born-again Christian. He was a playable character in WWE video games. With that said, I think we're going to move on to our final competitor, Scott Steiner, more commonly known as Scott Carl Rick Steiner, born on July 29, 1962, I'm sorry. He was born in Bay City, Michigan, and currently resides in Detroit, Michigan. He was married to Christina Podstily. He has 2 children. His website is thebootydaddy.com. His ring names are Scott Rick Steiner, and Scott Steiner, 6'1", 276 pounds, built from Detroit, Michigan. Trained by Dr. Jerry Graham Jr., and he debuted in 1986. His finishing moves are the Big Booty Powerbomb, Big Pop-Up Powerbomb, which is the Pop-Up Powerbomb. The Frankensteiner, which is sometimes from the top rope. The SD, or the Steiner Screwdriver, which is a vertical suplex power driver. The Steiner Flatliner, which is a reverse STO. Steiner Recliner, which is a standing camel clutch. And the Super Samoan Drop. Signature moves include the multiple suplex variation, inverted DDT elbow drop with the Nifix, and the double underhook power driver, among others. Championship wise, in TNA, he's a former TNA World Tag Team Champion once with Booker T. And WWC, he's a WWC Universal Heavyweight Champion once, WWF Tag Team Champion twice with Rick Steiner, WWA World Heavyweight Champion once, WWA World Tag Team Champion once with Jerry Graham Jr., among others. At a TNA house show, was kicked in the throat by his opponent Apollo. After he began coughing up blood, he was taken to an ambulance to a hospital and was diagnosed with a torn trachea and given 5 hours to live. He was alleged steroid abuser, which he denied. He claimed that upon returning to WWE in late 2002, he was asked to undergo a steroid test and agreed on that condition. Triple H took one as well. He claims WWE did not follow through with either test. He had many controversies throughout his career. He was banned from attending the 2015 WWE Hall of Fame ceremony after Hulk Hogan's wife accused him of accosting her at a San Jose airport. Hogan's wife alleged that he threatened to kill Hogan, and a couple subsequently reported the incident to police. He denies making the death threat, however. He appeared in the television program Charmed on February 1st of 2001, playing Mega Man. I think that's about it. We're going to end this out, and next week's Wrestle Talk will be Wrestle Talk Aces and Eights, where I'll be talking about Bully Ray, Garrett Bischoff, West Briscoe, Alright, I'll be talking about Bully Ray, Devon, Garrett Bischoff, West Briscoe, Mr. Anderson, and Brooke Tessmacher. Have a great day. Peace.